Hi there, it's Brittany from Canadian Craft Crate, and today I'm going to show you how to weed your stencil. So when you get your stencil, it's going to look like this. I know you can't really see it in the video, but our machine cuts out the design for you, and then you'll just have to go through and remove any parts that you're going to want your paint in. So I chose a stencil that has the regular letters that we would normally weed, and then an area that has what we call a reverse weed, so I'll show you when we get there. So when I weed, I like to use tweezers like this. Some people like to use, it's almost like a dental tool. My background's dental hygiene, so that's what it reminds me of, but it looks like the things that they use to clean your teeth. But I will show you with the tweezers. We do have these for sale on the website as well. You can even use something as simple as a toothpick. I've seen people use their fingernails as well. So you just kind of go beside the letter, push a little bit until it pops up, and then grab and pull. What you want to be careful of when you're weeding is that the centers don't come out. So if they do, not a big deal, you just kind of put them back down. Really important when you're weeding is to have good lighting. I do not right now, so it's not making it very easy, but luckily I've seen these stencils a million times, so I know what I'm looking for. What can sometimes happen is when we're cutting, a little piece of vinyl can get stuck to the blade and it might not cut all the way through the letter. So if that happens, either just let us know and we can send you a new stencil, or you can just take an X-Acto knife and kind of cut along where the letter would be. It doesn't happen very often, and we do check the stencils before we send them out to make sure that it hasn't happened. But, you know, not everybody's perfect, and sometimes we do miss it. So if that does happen, not a big deal, just let us know and we can send you a new one, or with your next order, or give you a credit, or whatever you'd like. Okay, so this is where I was talking about the reverse weed. So here is, the stencil says we may not have it all together, but together we have it all. So this part, it says but it's in a circle. So what I want is I want the circle to be painted and the but to be left in. So we're going to take the circle out and leave the but in there. So that's called a reverse weed. So when we paint that, the circle is going to be painted, and then when we remove the but, that will be the color of the sign, the stain on the sign. So like I said, just remove anywhere that you want painted. So it's pretty simple. There are some that are obviously a little bit harder. I wouldn't say harder, I would just say more time consuming, I guess. And when I'm done weeding, I like to remove, there's a border around each of the stencils, so I like to remove the border. I find it helps me line it up better on my sign, so I'll show you that. So you remove that border, and then that's a nice square, so that'll make it easier to line up. And now obviously we need to transfer this onto our board, and it would be a big pain if we had to take this off and then take out all the centers and put them all on the board. So to do that, we use something called transfer tape or transfer paper. So I use this. It's a paper transfer paper, medium tack. I know some people use contact paper, some people use painter's tape. There's a lot of different options. So I do have some links on the product page, or I'll link them down below in the video as well, so that you can easily find it. So I will show you the easiest way to do that. So what I used to do is I used to cut a piece of tape off and put it on top, but if you drop it in the wrong spot and you get wrinkles, it's a lot harder. So now what I do, and I find this much easier, is I pull a piece out, lay it sticky side up, and then now you can just take your stencil, set it right on top of that, flatten it out. And if you do get a couple little wrinkles, it's not a big deal. It will still transfer totally fine. And then just cut the end. And again, to make it easier for transferring, I cut all the excess off. And you're going to want to make your transfer taper. And now you're going to want to take a squeegee and just rub your transfer paper down so that it sticks nicely to your stencil. Perfect. And like I said, I like to remove the border. This just makes it so much easier to line up on your board. Stencil is all ready to transfer. So I will make another video on the easiest way that I've found to transfer it to your board. I've been doing this for a very long time and I found all the tips and tricks, so I will share them with you.